So just know the title of this video and the point of this video is, if it's not your mom, if it's not your grandma, if it's not your aunt, your female cousin, your sister, that's not non-romantic family to you, then that woman does not love you. Love being defined as commitment to you till the end of your life and to bettering you. No matter what you do, they will stand by your side and they will try to help you as best they can, and they will try to work through your hard times, through your poverty, through your sickness, through your mental breakdowns, through your low times in life. The only women that are going to do that 99.99% of the time are biologically blood related to you, or maybe they're related to you by marriage, like an aunt by marriage or something like that. But the point is, they're not a romantic relationship to you. They are family specifically. You will almost never find that in a romantic partner woman in 2020. If you do find that, I don't even know what to say about it, because it's so unlikely that that's going to happen for you. But if you do, I guess if you do, there's really nothing to say, because the whole point is you wouldn't be able to mess it up, because she's going to be there for you through the messing it up. But I would say don't mess it up, but if you can mess it up, then she's not what I'm saying anyway. But yeah, if you find that, that's exceedingly rare to find a woman who will be loyal to you through all the bad stuff. Women in 2020 do not want to run the race with you. They want to meet you at the finish line and reap the rewards of all your hard training, all your exercise, all your sprinting and sparring and working out to win the race. And then they want to meet you at that finish line having had nothing to do with the hard times of that race, and get that reward, that gold medal, and that money that comes with the first prize that you won. But they do not want to run the race with you. They sure as hell don't want to start at the start line with you. They really don't want to go through all the workout and exercises and years and months of training that goes before you even get to the starting line of the race. They want to meet you at the finish line. That's not the historical norm of women. That's the new 2020 feminist revolution indoctrinated women. They think that they are entitled and deserving of meeting you at the finish line once you've become a high status, top of the line, elite, and above her pay grade and out of her league alpha male. Then she feels that she's entitled to try to be with you, once she feels like she doesn't deserve to be with you in the first place. But back when you were her equal, or especially if you were less than her, but even if you were her equal, she doesn't think that you deserve her time of day. And she's not going to want nothing to do with you, because you are not her son or her dog. Therefore, she cannot love you through those hard times. She can only love you once you conquer and overcome and persevere through those hard times. And, there are several reactions that you can have to that as a man. A lot of guys, when they really come to terms with that, when they really figure that out, they have what's called red pill rage. When they first really figure that out, when they really sort of swallow that fact, they get enraged by the fact that a woman cannot just pair bond with them and be loyal to them through the hard stuff. And you can do that if you want to, because you have every right to be enraged by that fact. But it's not really going to be beneficial to you to do that. What I recommend is look around you, study reality as it is and not as you would idealistically like it to be. Figure out the rules of the game of real life, and then figure out how to beat it. And when and where it cannot be beaten, refuse to play that game. And where it can be beaten, do everything it takes, short of immoral things, to beat it. So what I try to look at it like is this: women want men for their money. That's just plain and simple fact. You can call it gold digging. You can call it gold digging. You can call it sugar babies. You can call it whatever the hell you want to call it. But it is what it is. Women want men for their money. They care way more about money than they do about your looks, about how funny you are, about how sweet you are, any of that other bullcrap. It just is what it is. You can simply look around you and know that when you see an old, crusty, nasty looking, fat, greasy man who has millions of dollars surrounded by several models that will happily share him in a polygynous relationship. Think Hugh Hefner, for instance. And then you can see a young, good-looking white guy or brown guy or whatever, just awesome looking, just stereotypical stud-looking dude. And if he doesn't have money and extreme social calibration and talking and speaking ability and flirtation ability, and if he's not working that on 100% autopilot 24/7, he won't even if he's doing all that, he'll maybe get one girl like that at a time that Hugh Hefner can get 20 of. Because women value money above all, and 9 women out of 10. And you can get mad about that, or you can accept that you do the same thing in a different way. You as a man are like that with looks. You simply value looks above all else. That's why most men end up with horrible women that are good looking and that rob them blind in divorce and child custody cases. Because women go through a list of what's his money looking like, what's his bank account, what's his credit score. Then, how does he look? How does he treat me? How does he treat his mother? Blah, 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 blah. Men just go straight to, what does she look like? Okay, she's a perfect 10. I'll marry her. Don't care if she's got a track record of 15 different divorces before me where she took every one of them for everything they got. She still looks good, so I trust her. Men are stupid in that way and are biased in that way. And they bypass better, higher quality, morality-wise speaking, virtuous women for women who are better looking but not good people. And women do the same thing with money. They bypass men who are virtuously are better, who morally are better, for men who have more money. And neither one of those things are smart to do in the grand scheme of things at the end of life on your deathbed. But it is what it is. You can change that about yourself as a man. You can decide to stop picking women just because they're beautiful and start looking at their actual heart, their mind, their morals, their worldview, and actually evaluating them on logical things separate from your emotions and from your sexual, from your hormones through your eyes and your penis. You can choose to use your logic to filter through and decide on who's a good mate and a woman. But you can't control what another person does, and you'll never be able to control making a woman who is picking off of vain things like money or power or whatever, penis size, how long he can have sex or can't have sex, things like that. You'll never be able to change that about any woman. So unless you find one of the 1 in 10 women who are not doing that, you're not going to be able to change that fact. So all you can do is either opt out of that game and not deal with women, which is what a lot of men in world history have done. Paul the Apostle did it. John the Baptist did it. Jesus did it. Lots of men now that call themselves MGTOW and MGTOW monks and things like that do it. And either you can do that, and that's a valid option, or you can decide to conquer the game that you're forced to play if you don't forfeit out of the game, and you just decide to be the highest value, highest financially earning, highest power accumulating, highest social status alpha male that you can be. And either one of those are perfectly legitimate roads to go down, or you can do both if you want. It's not an either or false dichotomy. You can become the highest status, highest paid, highest power accumulating, highest social status alpha male and choose not to mess with women if you want to. And just the funny side effect of that will be that every woman wants you because you don't want them and because you are the highest status male that's not paying them any attention. But yeah, you can do either one or both of those things, but those are the choices. I mean, choice number 3 is to sit around and pretend that Disney is real and that if you're Prince Charming, you're the sweetest, nicest guy that buys them all the teddy bears and chocolates that they want and gives them the giant, stupid $30,000 shiny rock on their finger that they ask for and surprises them every Valentine's Day and tells them that you love them 17 times a day. You can do that if you want to, but you're not living in reality. If you do that, you will find out very quickly that that is not rewarded by women, period. You can want it to be all you like, but it is not rewarded in reality by women. So that's the point of the video. That's the story. That's the case. That's the final judgment. Women, by and large, there are always exceptions to every rule in males and in females and in life, but women, by and large, and any one of them that's being intellectually honest with you could tell you the same, do not love men who are their romantic partners if love is being defined as commitment through the hard times, through the poor times, through the poverty-ridden times. You are not going to see a lot of homeless men with their ride or die chick sitting right next to them. It happens, but usually that woman sitting next to them was a woman that was already homeless before he was, that he met as a homeless man. It's not usually a woman that's stuck with him when he lost his job, lost his house, and had to live under a bridge. That woman is usually gone. Watch The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. That chick bounced out at the wrong moment. But that's what women usually do. It's just, it is what it is. It's a fact. You can look on the statistical marital records and look at the cited causes of divorce. No fault, no fault, no fault, no fault, no fault. Irreconcilable differences. Just fell out of love with them. Just fell out of love with them. That spark isn't there anymore. These men, when you look at these divorce statistic case studies, it's not a bunch of, oh, he was abusive and he stole all my bank account money and he, tried to kill me. It's a bunch of, I just stopped feeling the spark. I just woke up one morning and wasn't feeling it anymore. So I didn't care what he did for me the previous 25 years of our marriage and how amazing he was. I just wasn't feeling it anymore. I left. Guys do not do that typically. Some guys do, but not usually. And the few scumbag guys that would normally do that, because of how this crooked, corrupt marital system is set up when you're married through the state, they still don't usually do it, because the system is set up to where even if they fall out of love with their wife, if they leave her for some stupid, trivial stuff like that, or even for a good reason, they will lose half their property, they will lose half of their money, and they will lose all of their children. So even men that fall out of emotional butterfly love with women don't usually leave the woman. They might commit, fornication. They might, have sex with some other slut that's not worth the time of day, that they shouldn't be messing with when they have a good wife at home. But they aren't typically going to leave the woman. But a woman will cold-blooded, stone-faced leave you the moment you lose your job, or you lose your money, or you lose your mansion, or you whatever. They're not going to see you get Alzheimer or get paraplegia or quadriplegia while you're married to a perfect 10 supermodel looking woman and don't have residual income, and see what happens. You have a job that depends on you showing up for work and doing manual labor, and become paraplegic or quadriplegic or get dementia or Alzheimer's, where you just like a vegetable all day sitting in your chair and need your diapers changed and stuff, and you see if it's that wife of yours that's going to stick there by your side, or if it's your mama. Your mama will come and change your diapers and take care of you when you become paraplegic, quadriplegic, or dementia or Alzheimer's strikes your brain. Your wife is not usually going to do that. Your aunt might do it. Your grandma might do it. Your sister might do it. Your wife is probably not going to do it. She's probably not. The wife you have right now is probably not going to do it. And if you're one of the few men that have the wife that's the exception to that, God bless her. God bless. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. But you're probably not one of those men, because almost no men are. So if you're one of those men, appreciate the crap out of your wife, because she's a rare gem and you don't deserve her, and you're going to get her anyway because she sticks by your side whether you deserve her or not. And lucky you. But for the rest of us mortals living in the real world, without the rare unicorn exception, without the blue lobster, without the unicorn, without the abnormal pot of gold at the end of the rainbow sitting there literally, for the rest of us males, just know most women almost all women in 2020, the way that we're raised in this country, in this culture, and on this planet at this point in history, most women cannot and are not capable of loving you unless you're their child or their dog. So if you're a human and not a dog, you better be her son, or you better not, or her nephew or her grandson or her cousin or her brother, or you better not expect loyalty or real love from her the moment that you're down. She's probably gonna kick you right in the ribs, bro. So moral of the story, get a prenup. Don't marry through the state in the first place. First of all, don't ever marry through a state license. Get a prenuptial agreement with any girl you're in a long-term relationship with, just in case the state tries to slap you with that bull crap common law marriage stuff. Get a cohabitation agreement. Get a parental surrogacy form signed so that the woman's signing over all parental rights to any children made between you guys. And yeah, I mean, you pretty much have to have a lawyer just assigned just for individual relationships with women you want to see and get to know, if you don't want to end up in jail for Me Too or something these days, let alone get your children kidnapped, get your money taken, and get stabbed in the back while you're down. So yeah, get a cohabitation agreement, get a prenup, get a postnup, get a mostnup, get every kind of nup there is except the nuptial itself. Don't sign a marriage contract, or go completely, totally MGTOW monk. One or the other. Those are your options. The third option is be an idiot and get divorced, raped, and child kidnapped. By the way, on the subject of child kidnapping, a lot of women don't like it when a man says that when she takes his kids against the children's will that she's kidnapping them, because she says, well, if the state says it's okay, then it's not kidnapping. No, sweetheart. Words have meanings. First of all, the government has said slavery was okay at one point. The government has said forced sterilizing women was okay at one point. The government has said it was okay to inject syphilis into black people through vaccines without their knowledge at one point. The government Nazi Germany has said it was okay to burn Jews in gas chambers apparently at one point. The government says a whole lot of stuff is okay that's not okay. So let's not use the government as the moral compass, okay? What does the dictionary say, first of all? The dictionary defines kidnapping as abducting someone against their will. The dictionary defines abduction as taking someone somewhere they do not want to go against their will without their consent. So, if you take a man's children from him and the children tell you that they do not want to live with you, they want to live with their father, you are, by dictionary definition, whether you like it or not, whether your judge likes it or not, whether your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your best friend, your boss likes it or not, by dictionary definition, words have meaning, you are a child kidnapper and a child abductor. If those children tell you when asked, do you want to live with me or your father, and they say their father, you are abducting and kidnapping them by dictionary definition. Look it up. So, that's all for right now. Rant over. Sherrick Official. Like the video, share the video. Hate on the video, love on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell. Holla.